Good time.
I need to get my alert. What's up, boys and girls? K&E Hour once again. I'm E.
I'm Kate.
Hit that subscribe button.
Hit the little bell next to it so you never have to miss when we're on.
Come see us. Have a good time. Have a laugh. Let's drink some beers and talk a little shit.
That works.
Natural light. Come on. Just come on. We waiting. We waiting, baby. We tired of hollering at you. Marlboro. If you like chip in, hey, we have no problem with cigarettes.
Okay, let's stop there. Let's not do the pins and screwdrivers and all that this time. I think you might have been you might have been a little further in last time.
Yeah.
You was like, we take sponsorship from whoever made this pin. That was,
I'm trying to help us out here, bro. I'm trying to get things going. All right.
Get you a drink. Let's get ready. Let's have us a good show.
We're going to have a good show, but I do want to do something if nobody minds. I would, where I work at our PLBC family, we had a crew member whose mother passed away. Zach and Jessica Miles, we heard about your mother, and we're very sorry to hear it, buddy. We're going to take our hats off, give you a moment of silence in your honor, because we're here for you. We love you. Anything we do, let us know. Okay, bud? All right. Drink to Zach.
Drink to you.
Zach, buddy, like I said, we love you. You holler at us if you need anything, bud. All right. Now, we're going to try to be funny because we know you're going to need a laugh, too.
That's right. Hey, we got a ton. We probably won't get to everything today. We got a ton to talk about. It's Super Bowl week, so you know we have to cover that at some point.
We're going to talk a little shit about the Super Bowl.
I heard somebody might have had something to say about the Pro Bowl. You know.
I've got issues about that Pro Bowl. What the Pro Bowl has become.
Yes. Oh, I mean, I think everybody has issues about that. But we're going to cover just life in general. Anything that you folks want to hear about, we'll talk about. And somewhere in the process, probably talk about Sasquatch.
You never know what's just going to pop up on this show.
So the floor is yours, buddy.
I'm going to give a shout out to Darren and Dustin over there. Appreciate y'all coming in and saying howdy.
Right up.
Look at there. That man knows what he's looking at right there. Yeah.
All right, I'm going to get that off.
Let me get these long, luscious locks of hair out of the way here.
Because Eddie's getting a big head, so we get that off the screen.
Anyway, life happens. Appreciate the shout out. But
always. So what's on your mind, brother?
Let's talk about something like it. Now we try to be funny. We're always about being funny, having a few beers, because you know you're working your ass all day long and this and that. And, well, I'm talking like I'm already drunk. It's only beer one. But anyways, that's our main part of the shows. We like to be funny. We like to get back here in Manland and just talk shit. People have topics, ask us questions, we answer them. That's the best crazy way we can. Guy on the front row probably won't get in the club.
We're supposed to be funny. You didn't tell me that. I was just here.
We're two wild and crazy fucking guys. We're two funny sons of bitches.
Once again, I was just here. I didn't know you wanted something from me. But go ahead.
But from time to time, we are going to talk a little sports. We are going to talk a little this. We're going to talk about some world news at time to time. You know, China's fucking up. You know?
China's messing up. Yeah,
messing up. We're trying to curb my F-bombs.
Because we need that paper.
We do need that paper. But yeah, the Pro Bowl. In my day, the Pro Bowl was the baddest game of the year. It was the toughest, roughest. You had your Super Bowl. That was the end of the season. And then it was the Pro Bowl. And the Pro Bowl was the elite.
You didn't care who got hurt either.
You didn't care who. It was the best of each team. They went out there, Dick Butkus would bite people on the helmet.
Yep.
You know, Larry Zonka would sit there and put people on the ground, try to stomp on their helmets and stuff like that. It was the most elite of the team. The two defensive ends for the Oakland Raiders, Mantusak and what's the other one's name? Alzado.
Lyle Alzado.
The two wildest defensive ends that ever walked on the gridiron. All right, but these guys were wild. Do you know what happened to me this weekend?
Talk to me.
I went and watched the Pro Bowl.
First off, my condolences.
My condolences too. Do you know what it is now?
I do. I watched about a quarter of it.
It is the queerest game of flag football you ever seen in your life. It is no longer a sport of kings. It is now everybody's participation trophy game. That's all it is.
Right.
And it wasn't even a full-on team. It was like flag football. They were wearing baseball caps and fishing hats.
Yeah,
It was
7-on-7.
7-on-7.
Yeah.
Wasn't even a full lineup. It's like, what the hell happened to the game of the year? The meanest game of the year.
Right. I can
The
tell you what
toughest game of
happened.
the year.
Not trying to get all serious about it, but what happened was these, $140 million contracts. Now all of a sudden, we don't want our quarterback out there because we paid him all this money, and what if he gets hurt? And so Roger, and all his wisdom,
Roger Goodell.
dumbass, in
If
all his
anybody sees
wisdom,
him tonight at a restaurant, just walk over to his table and spit in his food. Just do it. And then piss on his table.
I don't think we have to get that harsh, but tell him K&E said they don't really care for him.
Especially E. He's very upset the way the damn. it's a joke. And football's just a joke anymore.
Yeah. Did you catch the end of the Pro Bowl?
No, because I couldn't stomach but a couple of quarters, and I was just done.
I couldn't either, but they said there was some kind of controversy at the end.
Oh, really?
And I'm going to screw this up totally because I didn't watch it and I ain't seen a video on it. But apparently one of the referees told one of the man-ins that you can take a knee here. And so that man-in told his guy to take a knee. And when he took a knee, he flagged him for 5 yards. But I thought that was perfectly
That sounds a
fitting.
little odd.
Yeah, I thought that was perfectly fitting though for the season that we've had in general.
Yeah.
Let's end the Pro Bowl with the referee screwing something up.
The referee's been screwing up all year long.
So yeah, I think it was scripted though.
Yeah, it was. It's flag football. You can't have a real game of flag football.
So many other games were, screwed at the end by the refs. So they figured, let's do it in the Pro Bowl.
So that's just my little qualm about the Pro Bowl. Who are you taking in the Super Bowl?
I am hollering, fly, Eagles, fly, because I can't stand them chefs.
I'm gonna be running. I believe I can. I believe I can touch the sky.
I don't know if I own a green shirt, but I'll be getting me one.
I will be wearing the Paris Lumber old colors. I will be wearing that green.
Yeah.
Because, they say if your team doesn't make it, you should go into. So I was trying to read. I can't read at a distance.
If it's anything good, I'll put it on the screen. If it's not, then you'll know it's not. Just because I highlighted it.
Right. But anyways, what was I saying? Oh, I'm gonna wear the light green shirt in honor of the Eagles.
Right.
Everybody says that if your team doesn't make it, you should root for your conference or your side of the board, which ours is AFC. Because I'm a Houston, Texas fan, and my boy Kyle is it.
Las Vegas Raiders.
I almost said Oakland. I forgot they moved.
There'll always be the Oakland Raiders.
Oakland. They did have the greatest quarterback of all time, which was Jimmy Plunkett, my hero. Which I actually have a Jimmy Plunkett signed autographed jersey shirt. Because my buddy over here. But anyways, I digress again. But I am going to be rooting for the Eagles also.
Right.
My reasoning is because everybody's saying, "Oh, let's root for Mahomes because he's a Texas boy." Well, guess what? Jalen Hurts is a Texas boy also. Just in case none of y'all knew that.
Right. Well,
I'm going with Hurts.
I don't care if I don't care nothing about who's from Texas, who's from Florida, who's from wherever. I would not have rooted for the Chiefs, period. But that ending of that AFC championship game, that just concreted it for me. Them refs did everything they could to make sure the Chiefs could get down there and win that game. And that just concreted it. If I didn't even know which one of these teams were, I still wouldn't root for the Chiefs because that was just horrid. Before we get off Pro Bowl, though, the comment you was trying to read was they used to like going to Hawaii, and it was something they wanted to go do, and the paycheck meant something. That last little part there is what I want to touch on. When football was best, was when these guys had to have another job. They was probably making $100 a week to play football. They had to go still work at the car lot and sell cars.
Yeah,
in order to pay their
family.
The 70s. Right. In order to pay their family. So yeah, a lot's changed, and it's made.
Yeah,
there ain't as many people that play it now for the love of the game.
You guys probably will never remember this because it's a sin now.
Mm-hmm.
But in our day, back in the 70s, and you got football cards, you would actually get like a kicker. They would take a picture of a kicker who was sitting there with a cigarette in his mouth.
Oh yeah,
they'd be like sitting there with the ball in his hand. It's like, yeah, he's got a cigarette, but it was common.
Oh yeah,
there was always a football player. Even Dick Butkus, he became a national treasure to America, but there was a picture or two with him. You could see him sitting on the sidelines, cigarette and right in hanging out the helmet, But that was back in the day. Now you can't have cigarettes anywhere.
Right?
Anywhere. Except on the K&E show.
Yeah,
live every Wednesday at 7 o'clock.
They don't show us, but like after practice, there's some of them boys in the back.
Yeah. But I wonder if it's like frowned on. Like, hey, if we catch you smoking, it's fine.
Probably. Hell, everything else is fine.
They're smoking everything else out there.
Right.
I'm just saying.
But anyway, so that kind of covers. I'm going for the Fly Eagles Fly.
Fly Eagles Fly. I'm going with it. What's your comments? Who y'all rooting for? Because I know a lot of you Texas boys like, you Cowboys didn't make it. Sorry.
With that being said, screw the Eagles. They didn't earn their trip to the Super Bowl either. Go Chiefs.
Chiefs suck. Just saying. I personally am not a Mahomes fan. I can't stand the guy.
No.
And he's just a little too flamboyant.
I just want to know why he walks like he's got a stick up his ass and he talks like Kermit the Frog.
I bet it's because he's got a Prince Albert.
And moving on after that.
Hey, man, I learned today what a Prince Albert really was, and I was like, why? Why would you do that to yourself?
Exactly. No,
why would a guy
interest.
do that?
I don't know.
Y'all got him out there? Wow. What made you do that to yourself? It just makes me want to bomb.
All right. Well, Ed just killed the show, so I'm going to go ahead and hit the music. We'll sign off, because I don't really want that in my brain.
Well, we're moving on. We're going to the Super Bowl. We're talking about the Eagles. The Eagles are going to go. You got any other thoughts about that?
No, I'm thoughtless.
All right. Sports has been concluded. That is it for the sports chapter of our show. Now,
stay tuned for news and weather.
And we need to get Kyle a new hat.
Yeah, that one's looking a little rough.
I made comments about it. About looked like some shit happened up there. He's not proud of it. He slapped me around a little bit before the show and said I could not comment on it. But
actually, I'm not done with football. In one of my notes up here.
Okay, we thought we was done. We're coming right back for a second.
By God, it's our show. We can do that if we want to.
It is our show.
But no, I just on the final nail. They interviewed Goodell yesterday, and he talked about 100 things. And Goodell talk. He talk, but he don't say nothing.
Yeah.
But I just want to point out that he said he was very proud of their officials. He thinks they're doing a great job, and they have all year long. And he threw in a little dig. We may not agree with every TV announcer or officiating expert. I think that was a shot at people like me and you that go, he fucking blew that, But yeah, I just wanted to point out that Roger Goodell says they're doing a fine job.
Robert Goodell has lying out of his ass.
Wouldn't change nothing.
I got the ass into that right there. And I kind of think maybe moving on. Let's see what Kyle's got. Now, I've always pointed out that Kyle, I don't know what the hell Kyle does here when he's by himself. Kyle looks at some screwed up sites, comes up with some screwed up topics, which is why I'm desperately telling y'all, come to the show, bring us a topic, and probably we have to go with Kyle's topics. And I just want you to know, Kyle's love to put me a little effed up in the head.
Well,
moving on, unless somebody's got a topic, we got to go with this one Kyle has, and I just saw the title of it, and I'm a bit astonished.
Well, all right. Well, two things on that. First, that was the best lead-in I've ever heard. Ain't nobody going nowhere right now because they want to know what the hell you just read. So we saved that towards the end of the show. That's like the hook.
Okay.
You know, we hooked them and now we keep them there because eventually they got to tell us what Ed saw. You know,
we're going to tell you what he saw. First, we're going to do some promos. We're going to let you know 100 subscribers. We're going to eat that bear from hell.
Yes.
Kyle will die or I will have a heart episode. I think I will die. It's going to happen.
It says on the box that I will die.
And I still want y'all watching the background because I know this little some bitch still in the cigarettes. Getting a little hot?
Getting a little hot.
Kyle getting warm.
You got me upset over here.
That's that Roger Goodell. He'll do it to me every time.
That's right.
100 subscribers. We're going to do that. We had other things we was going to do too. We was going to break a damn table and all that shit.
Yeah, but they didn't meet the goal. So.
That's right. Y'all failed us on that one.
Y'all failed us on that.
Because we was going to body slam me through this desk and y'all didn't get the goal.
Well, actually, these people didn't fail us. These people watching right now are all subscribers. That's how they knew because the little bell went ding and said Kyle and Eddie are on.
Was it something I messed up on?
No, it's just the masses. The people that,
The masses. We'll look that
people that ain't smart enough to have already subscribed.
Oh, okay.
So that's who screwed it.
The unsubscribers, the ones that hadn't seen the show yet, screwed it up.
Yes.
Although they didn't know what it was about yet.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, they screwed us.
Tired of them screwing us over.
I mean, I know that's very technical, but, when you start getting into, the mass production of something, you have to get into them technical parts. So, yeah, the people who've never seen us before are the ones who screwed us.
You sons of bitches. Sitting up there watching Chicago Fire when you can be over here watching it. There ain't nothing on TV tonight.
There is not, but
I wasn't looking at nothing. I'm going to cover that up. You don't know what's behind my head.
No, but the way you're bouncing around in here, I really wish you'd lay off the crack on show day.
You would think I was on crack. I'll sit there at work and I just barely move. I'm like, we need to put that up over there. We need to fix that over there. We need to do this.
Yeah,
but I get over here, I'm like,
I've seen you at the competitions. A lot of times we walk by and I'm like, hey, can somebody check, see if he's got a pulse? I think he died.
There's a lot of beer to be drank. That is my most favorite sport, competition cook-offs. You know why?
Why?
I'm probably stealing this line from you, but it's still my favorite. In the rules of the sport, which it is a sport because we run around, we fight and shit. There's like elbows to the head. It's vicious. And don't come over here and say, what you put on your chicken? Because we'll whoop your ass. You come over here chicken. But in the rules, and it is the only sport or competition out there that it is in the rules. You must keep your beer inside your square at all times. Your beer is in the rules, and I think that is the most awesome thing. Barbecue fly, baby.
That's what got me in. I was thinking about doing the first competition. I saw that exact line that you just read off. I was like, sign me up. I'm in.
I mean, it's a beer.
No, it ain't.
It's your turn to get
I got the last one.
Bitch. Fine. Tired of this. Goddamn. They're so much closer now. Why can't you be one? It's your turn.
Why is it an argument?
30 fucking years. Hey, well, if you're coming in for Wichita, you mind stopping and grabbing some beer? Well, I guess not, man. I'll just make a stop.
But for the next people watching, y'all don't know how the office here is set up. Here's Ed, and like right here and down a foot is the beer. Yeah. So why is it so hard for you to?
Okay, here's Kyle. Over and down 1 foot is the beer. What? And your hand is right there at it.
I would like to point out that the door opens towards me, so I have to reach over the door.
I'd like to point out that I think Kyle's queer.
and I'm very busy trying to run all the technical portion of this show. So
Do you have a Prince Albert?
no, I
When
do
you walk down the
not.
hallway, is it jingle, jingle, jingle?
No, I do not. But I'd like to ask, why did you look at my crotch when you asked that? And it's on camera, so
That's where they are.
Well, I know, but you didn't have to look at it.
Maybe it was jingling.
For starters, I have pants on.
For starters, it doesn't have pants on. And I don't know why you calling me out on it, man. I called you out first. You can't recall.
But everybody saw it.
You'll also seen him steal my cigarettes, too.
I don't think so. No, I do not have a Prince Albert. I am with you,
Then
though.
Mark-
I would love to hear why in the hell somebody would look at that and go, hey, I want to do that.
Okay. I don't know all the governing facts of this. Sorry, I've had a little cold the last couple of days. I hear beer's good for that. I don't know all the governing facts, but I heard a conversation about it today. And of course,
Enlighten me. You
Let's
might
see.
talk me.
Make sure who's up there because this individual we was talking. Okay. So, anyways, the people were talking, and somebody made a comment about piercings.
Right.
So, I made a comment about the fact that I don't understand why men get that tongue thing.
Right.
Because in my day, that was for one reason: women got them,
Right.
and they gave a better.
Blowjob. You can say blowjob.
Okay, I was trying to orgasmic pleasure.
No, you can
area.
say blowjob.
They gave a better blowjob. I appreciate you girls in the 80s. Love you. You know, those were awesome. But then all of a sudden, dudes started getting them.
Right.
So when I seen dudes start getting them, that was my thought was like, why do you have one? Are you,
Right.
you a Tinkerbell, off the clock or what? And it was like, no, it's just guys do that now, evidently. Like guys get the man bun.
Right. I ain't getting no man bun. I almost, and my tongue has no, my tongue has no piercings, but
Mine doesn't either.
I was just trying to keep the people looking at me while you was over there picking your nose. I was
Thanks.
trying to do you a solid.
Sorry.
I have no piercing in my tongue, but I can almost see that.
Right.
Because you get that extra little knob, you rub it in just the right place when you're doing your woman, and I can almost see that. Not enough that I'm gonna go get one, but
Okay.
But now as far as the man bun, I mean that should be illegal. A dude with a man bun, we should be able to just walk up and just slap shit out of him.
I
Just
think
for
that should
having
be
it.
the rules.
Yeah.
If you get a man bun, you should have a disclaimer that says, I understand I screwed up in life. I got the man bun. It is okay to slap the shit
You
out of
may
me
now
while I
hit
walk
me.
down the road. And it's, come on. Why? Why grow your hair long if you're just going to pull it all up like a teacher in school?
And then I personally think I should be able to get their home address. So every morning, like 5 o'clock, I can wake them up. Because if you're a dude walking around with a man bun, you ain't got a job. So
We said it here first.
So they're at home. They're in bed.
Yeah.
I should be able to go bang on the door, let them open it, and as soon as the door opens, go, you suck.
You got the food stamp card. You suck.
You suck. And then just shut the door and walk away. But anyway, not that I have strong feelings about the man bun or nothing, but
Me either. I just think it's hideous. I
But-
think you're stupid if you're a man and got one.
but anyway, folks, just don't get one, okay?
I have no fears of that with guys I work with. My buddy Dustin at work, no chance of him having a man bun. He will not grow his hair.
David Cole says, "What up?"
What up, David Cole? Appreciate you shouting out coming on.
Darren, I agree on man buns. They look pretty bad.
Did you notice that Kyle cleaned up that word? Kyle said they look pretty bad. I saw what Darren said, and he did not say they look pretty bad.
Well, it's on the screen. They can read it.
You took it off pretty damn quick.
If you're a man, it's over here too. They can read that.
I see you point shit out, man.
If you're a man, I've been trying to read Dustin's comment for 3 minutes now. If you're a man and you grow your hair, grow it all or grow a mullet. Man buns are bad.
Again, there's a changing of the word there.
And just to make you happy, I'm going to do that where they can see the comments on the side now.
But they can already see the comments on the side.
Well, I know I thought that was stupid, but I wanted to make sure that you knew
All we did was make our screen smaller so that did the chat screen get bigger?
No, the chat screen moved over. We'll talk about that after the show. Nobody gives a damn about our technical.
At 8:01, we're fighting. I just want y'all to know that. 7:59 and 68 seconds later, we're fighting. And if anybody knows what that means, that's 8 seconds after 8 o'clock.
Thank you for your math teachings.
He's got enough hair, I can almost get him in a man bun. Anyways, yeah, man buns are bad.
Man buns are bad.
I'll say it.
You know, if we can get back, no, you won't. If we can get back to our conversation, you know, the little tongue piercing, I get it. I ain't doing it, but I get it. Man
I'm
bun,
not doing it.
that's bad. The Prince Albert thing, I don't know what would make a person look at that and go, hey, I want one of them.
Why would you want that? I mean, I've never had one. I've never seen one. From my understanding, in the conversation I heard today, it hooks into a place in your manhood, in the grub worm hole. I don't know, and then it goes somewhere else. But I just saw it. You just fucking stole
Tell
my
the story.
He stole my cigarette again.
Tell the story. You had a good story. Tell it.
He did it in front of me. He's getting too ballsy. But you just gonna take my cigarette. Oh, I hope you get sick. I hope you get sick. Don't lay it back over here now.
Will you go to your story?
Anyways, this is what I think about it. Prince Albert is bad. Why would you hook that up there? I mean, would that not be the most intense pain? Have you ever been walking down the road and you growed up?
I stepped on
and you
that
got your
once.
buddies, they walk by and they give you the pop. You know, you get the little pop, and you're like, you win, leaves your body like the Holy Ghost down a demonic possession that just went down. You know, and it leaves. It's like, you got close, you almost got me. But now you take something and that little gun they got.
Yeah, we're not doing it.
No, we're not doing it. I'm just saying, why? That has the kapow right in. That's like a staple gun.
Will you ever be outside, you know, like you got your shorts on or your swim trunks or whatever? You get down on one knee to pick up a quarter or something, and when you go to stand up, you accidentally step on the head of that thing. I imagine that's probably what that feels like.
One of us is a little arrogant. Step on the head of it.
And then my other question is, how do you go about figuring out which one you want? I mean, do you just go into the piercing guy and he just opens up a book with 900 dicks inside of it? You know, and you go, well, yeah, I think that one looks really good. You know,
not dicks, it's the Prince Albert show.
I know. Right.
I guess so. I mean, yeah. Is there like illustrations? Is like,
yeah, I mean, you know, you have to know, like, you know, like I got like 3 inches. What's it gonna look like on a 3-incher? Well, you know, what's it gonna look like if you're blessed and you got 12 inches? What's it gonna look like there? You know, do you go through a catalog? Do you pick this out?
I don't know. That's a good question. I mean, if y'all got some thoughts, I don't know. But that's a good question. I mean, because you know when you go get a tattoo, you can see it on the wall. And it's
exactly.
And he's like, yeah, I'll take that one. It looks good. I'll put it right there. Let's do it. So, wait, hang on. I seen a comment there, and then you took it off on me.
Well, because you won't shut up long enough to.
Okay, that's a good point. You're a squatter for life. That means I'm guessing you have to sit to pee.
I don't know. I've never had one.
I haven't either. Does that mean you can't pee standing up?
I don't know. What would we do at the barbecue comps?
We pee around the trailer a lot. It's not our trailer. We go to other people's trailers.
Yeah, we don't want to pee all over our trailer.
We're like dogs, bumping territory sometimes. But anyways, I digress. I mean, we went to an odd place there with the. Just want to point out, man buns, horrible idea. You're a dude, cut them the hell off.
Or let us slap you every time you walk by us.
I think that's right. I think that's
Yeah.
I'm all for that. Prince Alberts.
Bad.
Is that what they are called? They are called Prince Alberts,
Yeah.
right? Okay.
They're bad.
Prince Alberts. That's a horrible idea. Why?
What are they called?
Prince Alberts.
Say it one more time.
Prince Alberts.
One more time.
Shut up, man. I'm like, am I saying it wrong? I'm over here. I said Prince Albert.
One more.
Anyway, don't get a Prince Albert. Don't put a tongue in your ring, because guess a ring in your tongue or a bar or whatever.
Right.
Couple beers in, I ain't gonna lie. I'm not ashamed of myself.
I'm ashamed
because
enough
I'm all
for both
man.
of us.
I'm all man. There's no man bun up here. Nope, no man
Ooh,
bun.
that was white.
It was not that wide. I
Hey,
mean,
look at the glare coming off of that thing.
you can't still see some black in there.
No, all I see is that glare coming off. But it brightened up the room.
I felt as though it did. I think my face brightened up a little bit because there was some glare.
Some more glare and light coming at you. Yeah.
Big things happen.
So we may have to use that. Like when we're doing a close up on something, you just take your hat off and it'd be like, wow, spotlight what I'm.
My buddy's a real dick. I just want y'all to know that. He a dick. Found it. Dick for life.
Well, at 8:01, he's going to whoop my ass, so I figure I might as well get it, make it worth it.
As for them comments, I was not happy. I was not happy. Anyway, moving on.
So do you have any piercings at all?
I do not.
I know you don't have the Prince Albert.
I don't have. I've never had one.
Okay.
Now, my brother Walter one time wanted a piercing,
Mm-hmm.
and this is a funny little story. Do I got time to tell this?
We'll be here till all night if that's what we want to do.
All right.
Newsflash. It's our show.
It is our show. We make the rules until Natty Light says that check. Then we're going to follow their rules for a little while. Natty Light. All right. Oh, yeah. That's right. That's queer for Mexican. Mexican for queer. Okay, Kyle.
What the hell do I have to do to keep you on one topic? You had a story.
I did. Anyways, my brother Walter, right? He wanted to get an earring, and he did not want to go pay for it. So he got me in our bedroom when we were youngsters, and he was like, "Look, you're going to take these 2 ice cubes. You're going to pinch them against my ear and hold them there till they freaking melt
That's how
away."
you used to do it.
Yeah, and then so we're holding that, right?
If
And
he was poor like us.
yeah, we was poor, So I'm holding him on his ear, and I'm squeezing him like he's waiting for it to go numb. And then he gave me this needle, and I'm gonna stick this needle through it, and I'm gonna stab a toothpick through it. This is what he wanted to do. I'm holding it on there. So I get it down to the eyes, finally melts down to my fingers are against his ear. And I said, "Oh, they numb." And I thumped the shit out of it. And I thought I thumped his ear by slapping him like right in the side of the noggin right there. And that's a tender spot. What's the problem, Cal? I had to show something for the
You
show.
stopped me.
That hurt though right there, didn't it? I hit my brother there. He thought it hurt too, and he hit me.
Like I just did.
But I digress. But anyways, I grabbed this needle real quick, and he's just got to sterilize the needle. So you got to put the fire to it.
Right.
So I put the fire to it from a big lighter, and that needle turned black. And you know what that meant? It was all kinds of diseased now.
It up.
Yeah, stood it up. It was no longer sterile. So I grabbed his ear and I pulled down on it, and I go to stab, right? And I put it right in there, and I could feel it going through the meat and everything, and I could hear
You can hear that.
Yeah. And I was like, so I was like backing off. He's like, "You got to push that son of a bitch in there." I'm like, it's all scary, it's nasty, it's gross. Finally, he yelled out enough obscenities and hateful terms to me about whooping my ass. That went on through. I stabbed it through his ear, and as soon as it got through there, I let go with the other hand. You know what happened? I stabbed it through his ear and into his neck. It went through the ear and then a stab hole right there. He was really furious.
Well, you know,
And
actually,
Walter was crazy. He beat me up all the time.
Right. You may be onto something there, though. That may be the new piercings that we see, where instead of just pierce your ear, pierce it where it sticks it to like I could do it with a staple gun, but I'm sure they'd have like some fancy,
But it went
just
deep.
basically just like for people with them big ears that stick way out, just fold them back and staple them, except put a little earring tab on the end of the staple so it looks pretty,
I mean, it's odd. It's a hard way to go around it, but I get it.
It beats the hell out of going through life with big ears.
But anyways, that's a good point there. I got them little ears, ain't gonna lie. Tell you a story about that later. But anyways, I stabbed that through there, and then, like I said, as it broke through the skin, I let go with my other friend that was holding the ear down. So it stabbed into his head, and there was no ice there. So it went right into his neck right there. He was mad. And then I let go of everything, and I ran.
Run like hell, yeah. I had brothers. I know how that works.
It's in the meat. It's in the meat. So he's coming through. He's trying to pick it and pull it out of his neck right there. I went deep. I was in it to win it. So anyways, pulled that out. Gary Don ended up having to finish it. Gary Don pulled it out of his neck, pulled it out, stuck the toothpick in it. That was it. It was done. He did not think about killing me for a minute there. It's like, oh, it's done. You're now pierced.
Fast forward 3 weeks and his ear fell off.
Funny thing is, it did not. Yeah, I mean, the ice worked, I guess, but
well, I wasn't worried about the ice. It was that grungy ass needle.
I know. I mean, it was like a sewing needle, and then I burnt it till it was completely black, so that could not be. But I think when his blood came out of that ear, that neck thing, I think the homogens or whatever you call them, the hemoglobins.
Yeah, they sterilized it.
They might have sterilized it. He'll clot it, filled up. I don't know. So, anyways, he's walking around the house, and he's got this earring now. And so, Dad got it. Like, what's in your ear there?
Right.
He's like, it's an earring. He goes, so you're fucking queer now. No, I'm not a queer. He goes, yeah, you are. It's like, no, because I just got it in one ear. And he screwed himself up here on this story. He's like, explain it to me. He's like, if you got it in just one ear, he said, no, he started off and goes, if you got an earring in both ears, he said, you're a fucking faggot. And he goes, what about one? Just a plain old queer. And everybody heard it. Well, he's like, no, that's not what I meant. So the rest of the time he had that earring, we referred to him as the plain old queer. And every time we drove through Plano, Texas, we're like, hey,
here's your town.
Here's your town, Plano queer. Walter's no longer with us, and he will not be coming to attack me after that story. And I got a lot of Walter stories.
Yeah. I've heard most of them.
Kyle's heard a thing or two. He's heard a thing or two. We know a thing or two because we effed up a thing or two.
We've lied about a thing or two.
We do that from time to time.
Yeah, I had a buddy when I was in high school. He, the old deal back then was, if like left ear meant you like dudes, right ear meant you smoke dope.
Something like, yeah.
Yeah. Well, whatever it was, he got it, thinking he was telling everybody he was smoking dope, and he put it in the wrong ear. So
he was smoking something, all right. That peyote rolled up in the. I don't know. I was going nowhere with that.
It's really time to move on, I think.
Yeah. But I just like to point out, I've never done anything in my ears. Never got an earring, no piercings whatsoever. No Prince Albert will ever happen here. Kyle might get one. He's old enough to be a squatter. Too far?
Yeah, too far. Any tattoos?
I do not have tattoos.
You do not?
No. You have a tattoo.
I do have a tattoo.
What kind of tattoo you got?
I got one tattoo. It's the logo of a company I used to own.
That's right. I remember that. Show up your tattoo.
All right. I'll show it.
Nope.
No, not that one?
Nope. I don't know it. I said show him your tattoo, not your Prince Albert. He's about to show Prince Albert. But it was funny.
It was. I don't know if I can get it to the camera. Okay, on camera it looks like it says sex.
It looks like it says sex on it.
But it says S and K, the circle, the line of the K going through it is the Q. So
Yeah, because his last name starts with a Q. Yeah.
right. So,
Anyway,
it does not say sex, even though that's what it looks like.
it did. It looked like it said that. I was like, he's got it on his right shoulder, so that means you're just a little homosexual or not a lot of homosexual.
Not as much as you.
That went the wrong way.
That went the wrong way.
Anyways, we're going to get off the tattoos.
Yeah, because actually, to be honest with you, I'm boring us right now.
Well, you know, I never got a tattoo because Dad always told me that was an identifying mark, and Dad did some time.
Right.
So he's like, never get a tattoo because if you ever get in trouble with the law and they catch you, you can lie about your name, but if you got a tattoo, they know where you are.
They know, right.
It's like, yeah, he's got an identifying mark. It says sex on his arm right there.
Right.
You're going straight to prison.
My only problem with it is when we was looking at them, I wanted like red. I wanted red. And everybody was like, well, red's going to fade and that's not going to look good. So let's do it in black. And I thought, I don't want to go black because every damn black tattoo turns to that jailhouse green.
Right.
You know what I'm talking about. You see them green tattoos that somebody put on in the jailhouse. And they guarantee me, well, no, it won't fade. It'll always be black. Well, how come red will fade but black won't?
Right.
No, it'll be black. No, you look at that sumbitch right now. That is jailhouse green. So
it is. It's jailhouse. He's been in. Anyways.
Yeah, I'm just waiting to get the little teardrop tattooed on my face. So.
But anyways, I want to pull us back a little bit. I want to know about this topic I just saw at the top of the screen here. I did some films there. We talked about your homosexuals that do the Prince Albert thing, the man bun and stuff, and showing America you're no longer a man.
Mm-hmm.
What was that title I just saw?
Well, you're supposed to wait till the 56-minute mark, but that's okay.
I can do that.
No, that's okay, buddy.
I can do that. We'll talk about some other stuff.
No, because like I said, I'm boring my damn self here. We got to get off on something else. What he saw on screen, first I'd like to point out that one of our fine listeners sent this to me.
Oh, yeah?
Yes. And then I'd like to apologize to him. I've been so busy today, I did not actually have a chance to go watch the video, read the article, and all of that. But personally, I thought the headline he sent me was plenty. You know,
as I said, I don't know what Kyle does here in the office when he's by himself, but I know that I try to find topics, and Kyle looks at some weird ass sites. And evidently a fan sent this one in to him, so he went to this one.
Right.
He's got an excuse this time, but normally this is something like, what do you do?
Right.
You know?
Well, yeah, one of our very loyal followers sent it. What Eddie saw and what's got him all worried and upset is I just put 2 words on the other. We got 2 monitors. I just put 2 words on the other monitor, banging Sasquatch. So that's what has Eddie all upset.
It was just right there at the bottom. It just came up a little too far and he pulled it right down. I was like, wait the hell. I saw banging Sasquatch, which made me think, what are you doing? What are you looking at? But, what kind of Alabama hell are you up to here?
But what I seem to have got out of it, and I do apologize. Normally when somebody sends me something, I read it, I watch it, I try to have some kind of informed opinion on it.
I say quit apologizing. Evidently you're a Sasquatchophile.
Yeah, I am. Yeah, that's it. But anyway, what the story boils down to is this dude says, now I want to try to word this correctly because I have a lot of issues with this. This dude tells me, the dude says he accidentally thinks he had sex with a female Sasquatch.
And you're telling me a fan showed you he accidentally...
No, not the fan. not our loyal viewer. The guy that the story is about.
Oh, okay.
Says he accidentally had sex with a Sasquatch. and now he thinks she's pregnant. So
Move out of town.
Well, first things first, the same loyal listener sends back to me and says, but I think this might be fake. Well, no shit.
You think so?
I think it's probably fake too. But let's say that it's not.
Okay.
I mean, picture this. Or you make me see this picture. You're walking through the woods. You see this 7 foot, 8 foot tall bitch completely
I'm
covered in that. Yeah, completely covered in hair. Looking like they're about to eat you, your dog, and 3 of your children. And the first thing that goes through your mind is, I think I'm going to bang her. Now, secondly,
we've all been there at 3 o'clock in the morning at the bar closings.
I give you that one, Secondly, how the fuck would you know where to go? But he says he accidentally screwed her. How do you accidentally screw the Sasquatch that just walked up to you?
Is there an article for this shit?
Somewhere, like I said, I didn't get an opportunity to read it.
Did you say there was a video?
Yeah.
Do you have the video?
I do not.
Because I would like to see this video. I know that makes me sound bad, but man, if you got...
Well, the video is not of him screwing the Sasquatch. The video is of him talking about the Sasquatch.
But did he have a man bun?
He did not. But
I bet he had a Prince Albert.
How do you accidentally screw a Sasquatch? I mean, you knew what you was doing, dude.
Yeah. It's like that old boy in Florida that time. Here
we go, man.
He said he accidentally stabbed himself. It's like, how's it? He fell down on a knife 4 times.
Exactly.
Florida, stay away from there. That's what we need to do. Get all the man buns, the Prince Alberts, and all that shit. Send them to Florida. Let them screw all the Sasquatches they want to. Because that had to be a Florida story.
It probably was. Dustin says, take her to the woods.
Take her to the woods, man.
Hey, I'm with you, Dustin. If that bitch is willing to put out, I mean, let's go. But, don't stand up next to him and I'll, well, it was an accident. I accidentally just screwed the shit out of the Sasquatch.
Well, they say screwing a Sasquatch is like riding a moped.
Yeah. Well, they said, okay, expand on that.
They're fun to ride, but you don't want your friends to see you on them.
Right.
I'm just saying.
I lost my entire train of thought because that was funny.
That was funny. That was brought to you by the makers of E, which was Mom and Dad. You didn't admit it? You ever rode a moped?
No, and I've never rode a Sasquatch either.
That's because you don't want your friends to see it. I rode a moped.
There was good God, Dustin. You say I look at sick shit. What the hell does Dustin look at?
Post it up. Let's see. Okay. Whoa. With the alligators?
That's worse than the Sasquatch. How do you look at an alligator and go, oh, baby, I want some of that?
How do you rear up and mount it? That's my question.
I have the answer to that.
How?
Very fucking carefully.
I guess so. I seen a show one time where they were talking about the baby alligators. And they were sexting them, kind of like I guess you do with a chicken. But anyways, they were taking these baby alligators and they were sticking their pinky finger into something. And they were like dragging something out and pushing it in. And they was like, what are you doing? He said, we're changing the sex of the alligators because this and that. It's like, you can change it. But they were underneath. So how this guy mounted this thing, he had to wrestle it and then flip it over on its back.
No, you're making way too much out of this, dude.
How?
No, I mean, it's simple. He took the alligator out. He bought her dinner. He probably, probably got some wine involved,
Was this a stuffed toy alligator?
It ain't that,
I'm just saying.
It ain't that difficult,
You say it like you've been there.
Not with the alligator, but I mean, that may be stories for another show.
I bet that zoo worker had a bun.
Yeah, I bet he man
Had a
bun.
man bun.
Man bun. But I ain't done with Sasquatch yet.
Well, bring on Sasquatch. What Sasquatch got?
Final comment, then I'll lay off of Sasquatch because that dude's laying on Sasquatch. But
I mean, we got
that was
dudes
my
doing
cigarette, by the
Sasquatch.
way.
We got dudes doing alligator zoo workers.
But you ever been with a chick? And
Yeah, I have several times.
well, that was my question. You ever been with a chick?
I've dabbled.
Okay. But you stick mostly to dudes.
No, after the fight, I'm setting you on fire.
All right, no, you've been with this chick and she wants to do all that digging her fingernails in your back and all
Oh
that.
yeah, there's like war wounds. Just check this shit out. Yeah.
Yeah, they are when you're 20. When you get my age, you're like, bitch, get off me,
So, bitch, that's gonna itch and hurt. I'm gonna have to pick shit up tomorrow. It's gonna open shit up.
Could you imagine Sasquatch doing that? Oh, you're doing it just right. Dig them fingers into your back. Your heart comes out from the backside,
Could you imagine the hickey that some bitch got from the alligator?
Hell yeah. And either one of them two, can you imagine if you, didn't do a good enough job to satisfy them? I mean, your ass is gone.
Because the bitch will turn. I told you about that. You heard about that guy that was talking about the different kinds of sex?
I don't guess I did. Enlighten me, brother.
You heard about the dolphin move?
Yeah. But go ahead. I'm sure.
The dolphin moves when you get up there behind them and you working it and you fall out and you go stick it back in there too fast. You hit the wrong spot. And they're like, I can't do a dolphin sound. I apologize to all the dolphin lovers out there. Eat tuna, not dolphin. But anyways, this has been a wild little epic turn on some of the things.
It's been a little off topic.
But I just want to point out that you have a buddy in life now. Because Dustin evidently looks at the same screwed up shit you look at.
Dustin, here's one to you, buddy.
I love you, Dustin, but I feel like you went more to Kyle's side of the team. But they're like, yeah, I'll say this thing where an alligator got screwed by a Florida zookeeper and he killed him.
Well, we asked for topics. He gave us one.
But I'd like to point out it was in Florida. Florida man died screwing an alligator.
Oh, dude, we could do the next 10 shows in a row. Just do no prep, do nothing. Just bring up a screen on this monitor on the side here that says Florida man.
Oh, yeah.
We can talk about that shit for the next 10 shows, the shit that goes on if you just say
10
Florida
shows.
man.
Florida man sucks.
We ain't going to, but we could.
That's where the man bun originated from.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying, I've heard stories. That beer went never wrong, long right.
Do you need a minute?
I'm okay. I'm all right. Anyways, so
before we move on, let you get the beer cough back up.
I'm all right. I'm okay.
I do want to just get off all get
that's
all
going on
serious
from
and
all the
shit
man
now.
bun wearing Florida people out there. Get off the alligators. Quit screwing Sasquatch. I heard a story. Anyways, Kyle was saying.
Okay, thank you. Anything you run across, I mean, it's got to be funny. If it's not funny, we don't really give a damn about it. But our Facebook is under the video, our Twitter is under the video, or just throw a comment underneath the video. If you've got a story that you read and you thought this might be funny, send that sumbitch our way.
We want to hear it. And if
we're going to tell it. They'll hear it. We'll tell it.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
Yeah.
We talk and they listen to us.
That's right, because we're the one drinking the beer.
Yeah. Do me a favor, Dustin. Say something right now. Did you hear him?
I did not.
No, see, that's because that's not how that works.
I see what
They
you're playing
hear
on
it
here.
when we say something.
I hear he's playing. He's playing on me here. I was good in sports. I didn't have to be smart. I was top of the class, top right class.
801, I'm getting my ass whooped either way. Might as well go all in.
I have not forgotten. There will be some bombs dropped off in this son of a bitch right here. And Dustin still hasn't answered you.
What did I ask you?
You said, Dustin, say something right now.
Well, he did. He sat in front of his computer and went, ha! And we didn't hear it.
There it is. That Johnny. That's it. Put that on the screen. We're talking about that son of a bitch.
We was going to talk about that to begin with. We got
Y'all
all
told me I couldn't
sidetracked.
talk about it until someone mentioned it. What y'all think about that Chinese spy balloon? What you think about it?
Well, I'll tell you just to put it, the quick version, and I'm sure we'll get on deeper than that. First thing that I find curious about it is we hear there's a balloon from China that's moved into our airspace.
Airspace.
Well, now it's
That's
over.
American owned.
Yeah, no shit. Well, okay, now it's over.
I heard that tone.
Now it's over Montana.
Yeah.
Now it's floating across Oklahoma. Our government is, we're officially watching it. The son of a bitch moves across the entire United States.
Yeah.
Once it gets over water, translation, anything China was trying to see, they've seen now.
Yeah.
Any information they was wanting to collect, they have now collected.
Yeah. Because that thing had something uprooted to a satellite.
Right. So as soon as it gets back out over an ocean, then we shoot some bitch down.
Yeah.
Well, they've already got everything.
Yeah.
If you
That's
ask
old
him,
Biden.
that's right. That's Biden. He's been in bed with China.
He started saying he's been in bed with the Chinese.
Right. But
He's done a Chinaman or two.
Oh, I know he's done Chinaman, he's done Australian man.
Australian man. He's just making up names now. Australian man.
Well, I'm having trouble saying that with a straight face because we all know Biden, once they get over about 12, Biden's not interested.
Ooh. There's a pedophile remark right there.
That was.
Oh, my dear. That was French for, oh, my goodness.
But, yeah, I think, I agree, Darren. But I think we let them over our country. We let them gain whatever information they was trying to gain. And then probably had a deal in place with them to begin with. But hey, once you've got all your information now, you got to let us shoot it down. That way we can show how powerful we are. And, we still look good to our country. People won't think Biden's the freaking joke that he is.
This is true.
And I always say I'm not going to talk politics on here. But you drug me in.
Drug it in. China balloon. Now, here's a funny thought. This is my thoughts on it. This Chinese balloon comes over, and I don't know what it's actually seeing from up there, from way up there where it was.
Right.
Was it taking photos of nuclear sites? Was it taking photos of government sites? Was it taking photos of aerial shots of bases?
It was taking
bases?
whatever it wanted. They got cameras now. If that balloon was still in the sky, it probably saw me change my underwear in my bedroom this morning.
It probably was.
I mean, it saw anything it wanted to see.
Right. But they haven't told us what they got information out of it from when they shot it down. Wouldn't it be funny?
Because the script writers haven't got that written out yet.
Right. Wouldn't it be funny? Because they say the Chinese are a lot smarter than us. And they say that the young kids over there are smarter than our adults.
I believe it.
Wouldn't it be funny, though, if it was like 6 kids in a fucking basement? Like, hey, go over to California. I know there's some new chicks over there.
Right, yeah.
Be like,
I saw this thing. There's a nude beach. Yeah, see if we can span down on that.
I hear Kentucky has a big lake. But them bitches get naked.
And if we're going to do that, I'd really appreciate it if y'all go ahead and release the photos that were on
We'd like to see those. American Chicks in Bondage, or whatever.
You are 100% correct, Dustin. Especially on the Lion Sons of Bitches.
Yeah, it's always a weather balloon.
Yeah.
No matter what Spanish, it's a weather balloon.
Right.
Don't get me started on that Roswell thing because we are at our hour mark.
Did you say on Roz?
That Roswell.
Oh, I thought
Not
you said,
on Roz.
I thought you said Roz. I was thinking like the Frasier show, Roz. I thought you was gonna get all off on her.
Oh. What are you thinking? What are you looking at over here? Anyways.
I was thinking of Roz, apparently.
Anyways, before we end this show, we promised we was gonna try to do everything we could to get the Hormel beer.
Yes.
We're still working on that.
We are. We got till Sunday. Well, actually, we got till Wednesday, but I'd like to do a show Sunday before the Super Bowl.
That would be awesome. Because I'd like to be really drunk for the Super Bowl when I watch the Eagles beat the Chiefs.
Yeah.
That's going to happen. But anyways, get us 100 subscribers. We're going to eat that freaking bear up there and kill Kyle. Because live death is always going to do it. The Hormel beer, the Hormel chili cheese flavored beer.
Exactly.
As soon as we get that, we're going to get us a couple. We're going to give a couple of them to a couple of guests, and we're all going to taste this thing.
That works for me.
We're going to try it out.
All right.
Just want you to know, pickle beer sucked. Pickle beer was the
Oh,
most
that was
horrible
horrible.
thing
That
ever
was
drinking
horrible.
alive. Whoever fucking made that drink needs to be slapped right in the mouth.
All right.
And get their Prince Albert pulled off.
My quick recap of the show. Prince Albert, don't do it.
Don't do it.
Man bun, don't do it.
Don't do it.
This is my recap. You do your recap.
I'm reiterating.
Yeah.
It's a word.
Prince Albert, no. Man bun, no. Sasquatch, leave that bitch in the woods. Super Bowl. 37-34 Eagles. You heard it right here. Write it down. Make your bets. 37-34 Eagles over Chiefs. Apparently, Ed is done. He hit his hour mark. He said he's no longer getting paid. And
You said it was your recap. Hey, shut up. All right. Let's have some fun. Music. It wasn't the best, but it was good. It was good.
It's good.
Yeah.
They can still hit us.